Well, here we are. Time for another one of my fine cooking videos. Alright, I've only got one, but hey, it was a fine cooking video. So another one's coming up. This is going to be burger jerky. Now, that may sound a little funny, but I think you'll see the results at the end are pretty good. First thing we need to do, we've got to get some hamburger. And so, got to get to the freezer. But we got wild boar up on top. That's all wild boar. We got some elk here. There's a few packages of deer, not too many. So we need some, we're going to get 5 of these. We want approximately 5 pounds of hamburger. Okay, here we are. Now this is the hard part. This is the hardest part there is. You've got your hamburger and you've got it out of the fridge, out of the freezer. Now, you gotta wait for it to thaw. We can't do a thing with it hard as a rock like this, so we're gonna have to wait. It's all thawed out and ready to go. So we're gonna put that first into this big stainless steel pan. I like to get that done in there first. And then we're gonna mix up the marinade. So we'll get this part done and then move on to mixing the marinade. Remember, we are using elk meat. You can use beef. You want to get the very leanest you can buy. And it's hard to really get even lean enough with burger. It has a lot more fat in it. That's why the wild game in my mind makes a little better jerky without all that fat in it. Now, it's time to get the marinade going. First thing I'm going to do is add a can of pineapple to the blender. Next thing I have is some brown sugar. And we're adding 9 teaspoons of brown sugar. Probably closer to tablespoons. But anyways, 9 teaspoons of brown sugar. 5 teaspoons of tender quick. And 6 teaspoons of salt. 1 teaspoon of ginger and 2 teaspoons of pepper. I also have some garlic powder here, and we're putting in 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. We have some liquid smoke and some soy sauce. So liquid smoke and some soy sauce. You'll see the totals come up on the screen there in a bit. We have some teriyaki and some Worcestershire sauce. So teriyaki and Worcestershire sauce. Look at your screen for the totals. And I like to add a little spice to it, so we're putting in 1 tablespoon of crushed red peppers. You can kind of play with this recipe. Just do things in small amounts. And get too carried away. You don't want to ruin 5 pounds of meat. Put that on there and grind that on up. We have our marinade all ground up and ready to pour in with the hamburger. So let's get that done. Well, you see that it's all good and mixed up now. Now we're going to fill these Ziploc bags with the meat. The reason we put them in the bags is to allow all those spices and stuff to get throughout the meat. It'll sit there and dissolve and get throughout the meat. It gives it a more consistent flavor. See if we can find a spot for this in the fridge. It's pretty full right now. Okay, looks like I'm lucky. I'm not so lucky. I took time to clean it up beforehand, but anyways, we got us a nice little spot in there, and she'll rest in there for about 24 hours. It's time to get the jerky put on to the dehydrator. You also may notice I'm wearing my hat today. I'm just happy I found the darn thing. Okay, so you can see it's an LEM jerky cannon. It really works well. I've got her full. It's full clear up. Pretty soon there comes that jerky. And it comes out and looks just perfect. Kind of like stuff you buy in the store. Except ours, more organic. And we know where our meat came from. I have kind of a pattern I follow. And everybody does it differently. So you just want to, there you have it. One layer on the dehydrator. So I'm going to keep at it, and I'll get this thing full, and I'll be back with you when we're ready. I'm just about done. You see I've got several layers on here. I wanted to demonstrate, just for those that don't have a jerky cannon, how to do it. I was telling you, make a big hamburger patty. What I like to do, because I have the dehydrator, I have these sheets that are made for making fruit snacks. You know, you put your fruit slurry on there and dehydrate it down. So fruit strips, whether fruit leather, another thing it's called. But we're going to make some jerky leather, I guess. So we'll put this on here and get a couple of pieces here and there, just like this. I've got my big jerky pancake here. And you'll notice I just keep using these to kind of help push it down till it's in the right shape. And the good thing again, that it'll slide off of these. It works really well. Now, all I'm going to do is take this up on here, and we're going to just flip it over. We get this over, and just start working one end off, and it'll eventually just kind of peel right off of there. Takes a little bit, and depending on how runny your batch is, it can not want to come off, or it won't want you to flip it over. But we just keep working. Once you get it going good, just peel her back, and there you are. We got us a jerky pancake, ready to be dehydrated. Our jerky pancake, it's in the top, and you'll notice as we come over here, if I pull off, you can kind of see the difference in the layers. So we'll pull that off, and you see what happens here. Obviously that layer didn't get quite full. Get the top on this, and I'll show you some settings. Okay, so here's our temp over here. Our first time, we're going to put in, I'm going to put in 3 hours. And then I can come over here to temp. And, and there we go. We're going to raise this again up to 155. We're all set. I'm ready to go. And hit that. Off she goes. Okay, had the dehydrator going. I've been washing up. I got my jerky cannon all taken apart and washed, letting it dry. When you think you're all finished and you've got it all as clean as you can, one more step. I love these Clorox wipes, disinfectant wipes, and especially after having raw meat down on the countertop. Always a good idea. Take one of these and then just go back over everywhere you've been that you might have some of that raw meat. We don't want you dying of that. So just get it cleaned up. Heck, you know the thing is too, not only that, but your wife will be pretty happy if you cleaned up after the mess you made. We've got about 6 hours drying time now. Some of it's actually pretty close to ready. You could eat it. I've been sampling it along the way. But we're going to take it all off the shelves right now, and we're going to go put it into the barbecue. Outright. Sometimes if they're not quite dry enough, they won't, but usually it'll peel right off. So there's our 5 pounds of meat. pineapple and everything. It reduces down pretty good. So this is going to head to the barbecue. We got a little smoke coming out of here, so it's time to get this on the barbecue. Want to just kind of spread it out. Mostly looking for some smoke flavor. You see how that comes off in a big chunk? See the smoke starting to rise? And that's about all there is to it. We should have a couple hours of smoke on it, and then we should be done. We got some smoked jerky here. It's all done. Been in here a couple hours smoking, and that'll be enough flavor. So, jerky lesson is over. I'm going to fill this bowl up here. We're going to get this. Back there's that big jerky pancake we were talking about, and you'll just section that off. Should be tasty, and y'all need to try that. If this was helpful, make sure that you click on subscribe. Make sure you get down there and subscribe. That way you know when more of my helpful videos come out, and you won't miss one, because you just don't want to miss my videos. All right, we'll talk to you later. See ya.
Quit your snacking. We need some for later on the long walk you're gonna do, remember? Besides, you gotta leave some for the family.